All right. Welcome to the Touchdowns All Day with Jon Barber podcast. I'm your host, Jon Barber, and we are going to watch the 10/17 Yarmouth show together and talk about it. And we're going to bring the podcast back. You know, we took a little while off. We took a little bit of time off because, it was just time to relax. The podcast is a lot of work. It's a lot. Every week I got to do this thing. Every week I got to have something to say. Every week I got to have everything to listen to. And, during the pandemic, it was just like, oh my God, what's going on with this planet? I think I'm going to sleep for about a month. And I did. I had a new baby and the baby was up all night. So I was trying to make it work. I really was, but it was just not going to happen. It's impossible. It's just impossible sometimes. So we decided to let it go for a little bit, which I thought was great. And now we're ready to bring it back. Now that COVID is kind of going away and the world is almost back to normal. There's a lot of cool things going on in the world right now. I really like this whole Tesla Bitcoin thing that's going on right now. I think it's great. I don't know. The one thing I don't understand is why there's so many people in the media yelling and screaming about how these Bitcoin is bad and Tesla is bad and they shouldn't be worth this much and they're terrible for the world. I don't understand how you could bet against progress like this. I just don't. Who are these people who are cranky bastards betting against progress, betting against, I had this thought when I was in Los Angeles one time a couple of years ago. I was renting a little house way up on the hill. And I was really into meditation at the time. And I was meditating out on the very edge of the house, hanging over the city. I was meditating. And I was just listening to all the cars and all the noise that the whole cars of the city combined make this, this massive amount of little everything. And everybody talks about how great that is, right? Oh, my car, the rumble of my car. I love the way that it feels. And I was thinking at the time when I was meditating, I was like, maybe it would be cooler if none of that sound was going on. And I could actually hear the trees and the birds and the city. And I could actually hear the water and the waves and, the wind and people laughing and just normal stuff. Why do I have to only hear this rumble of vehicles everywhere? And now that may be what it might be in 10 years. So I think the world's going to get considerably better for little subtle reasons like that. You don't have to listen to these stupid tailpipes all day. Ridiculous. It's great if you're running a quarter-mile race on a racetrack. And if you're at you're in a NASCAR race, you want a little rumble. That's great. But you're just standing in the middle of the city. It's just noise. It's just pollution. So I don't understand all these people on TV who are Tesla's too high. It needs to go down. And people, you guys don't understand. This company's bullshit. And who are these people? What is wrong with your day-to-day? And they're all billionaires. It's all billionaires who can't be happy. What the fuck is wrong with these people? All right, that's my, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about that. Who gives a shit about those people? You have all that money and you're not giving any to anybody else and you're not doing anything. You're on TV complaining about a fucking car company that's trying to fix the world. You're a fucking asshole. That's it. That's basically it. All right. So, there's a lot of them. That's what's crazy. It's how many of them. There's a lot of fucking assholes out there. All right. So, but I don't do politics on the show. So, basically the podcast is back. I don't know what to talk about now that the pandemic is still raging, but, there is some good news. There's some very good news. So basically, if you like Disco Biscuit shows, there's some really good news. We have Disco Biscuit shows March 25, March 26. We have Disco Biscuit shows coming in April. We have Disco Biscuit shows coming in May. We said yes to probably about 15 shows. I don't have the list here because I spent all day trying to figure out how to record, play, broadcast, and record a podcast in my room with the equipment that I have. Honestly, I tried to figure out, is there a list of stuff I need to get to do this correctly? And everybody was like, no, just do it. And now, thanks to Andy Gadiel and Crunk Mike and Drew from Supervoid, thanks to those guys, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. We'd be on Instagram Live talking to snowmobile guys. So yeah, what I'm saying is we said yes to about 15 Disco Biscuit shows. All 15 are going to be on Couch Tour. So if you cannot go to the shows, that you do not want to travel because you don't have a vaccine or whatever the reason, your couch is very comfortable, or you just like where you live, then stay home and watch it on Couch Tour. Or if you haven't left the house in a minute and you're like, hey, I got to get out of the house. We have 15 shows for you to go to. We have Tennessee Caverns. We're doing this great thing with Tim Walther out in basically Virginia. I guess it's in Virginia. It's in Fredericksburg, Maryland. It's kind of Virginia. Really gorgeous area. Beautiful green. It's a great venue. We played there on a Sunday in October, and we're going to do that show on the podcast. One of the next upcoming shows. It didn't get the most votes like tonight's set did, but it got a lot of votes. So we're going to do, I think the first and the second set of that show got a lot of votes. So the Biscuits played great at that venue, and you guys know when we play great at a venue, we typically go back there and play great again. It's something about the aura and the vibes, something about that whole thing. So these are all good news things. Lots of Disco Biscuit shows. We're a band that likes to play music. So we're also trying to put together, and I want to get some feedback from you guys about this because I don't know if this is going to work, but we're talking about like 4 shows a week for like 4 or 5 weeks straight in a TV show format on Couch Tour. It's kind of like what we do is we play every night on Couch Tour, and there's no like venue. You know what I mean? You don't have to go anywhere. You just watch it on the TV. So we're talking about doing something like that, which I think would be really groundbreaking for a band. No, I've never seen anybody do it before. So we're just going to try to break some ground. We're going to break some ground. We have our own television network right now. And, we're going to have some fun with it. Also, needs to be said, Mark's Lively site is doing really wonderful. I have some guitar lessons up there that are probably unfilled. So if you guys want to do that. I'm also doing songwriting stuff with people, which is way, way cooler, actually, because the songwriting stuff is, I don't know, I'm just better at that than guitar teaching. So if you're a songwriter and you're like, oh, how do I make my song not suck? You should talk to me about it. I'm pretty good at it. So I can help a little bit. All right, so let's get to tonight's sponsor. Our sponsor is KJL Hemp, which is a CBD and hemp company. They, do you have anxiety? Is the pandemic giving you anxiety? Are you feeling like stressed out by things? Are you feeling like you want to travel down the cannabis wellness path? Well, KJL Hemp can help you do that. They have incredible tinctures. They have incredible fruit chews, which are Starbucks. I want to say Starbucks. They're like Starburst. Have you ever heard of those things? What are they called again? I don't know. I'm screwing this up, folks. Yeah, they're called Starburst. What's wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong with me. You know how like the other companies, they all sell gummies, right? These are Starburst, right? So you got to try them. These guys are going to come to our show in Orlando, and they're going to give them out to the fans. So we all get a couple free KJLs. This is an interesting sponsor for me because I do love CBD tinctures and gummies. And KJ, if you're watching, please, don't hold back on the tinctures, or don't send me one and not the other. I like them all. I get anxiety. I'll tell you the truth. I'm in show business. I get stage fright. I get all sorts of stuff. So there is really, there is really a situation where. Basically, it is hard for me to. I got to move over here. Apparently, even show business guys, we need CBD stuff. So, KJL's got this really interesting situation. They owned a dispensary, and they had a baby in 2008. And the baby, when it was born, literally 9 days alive, had these incredible seizures, which continued week after week. They would have these seizures. So they really tried everything, but the side effects of all these anti-seizure medications for a baby were just like intense and intense. So they eventually settled on a CBD that they liked, but it was very inconsistent. So what did they do? They owned a dispensary, so they went to work and they started developing these products which are very, very accurately dosed. And we like that here on the podcast. We're big fans of that. So I haven't tried the KJL stuff. I'm going to make sure to let you all know what I think about the KJL stuff after I try it. I hope it's going to be really good. I think that with all the shows that the Biscuits have coming up and, coming out of a pandemic into a rock band, there's going to be a lot of anxiety. It's going to be a little bit of a whirlwind. And I'm hoping that the KJL Starburst gummies and tinctures, and they have a lot of salves and other creams, and they have really good stuff. They have a really great website. Check it out, kjlhemp.com and kjlcbd.com. You can find them on Instagram, kjl_compounds, and on Facebook, kjlcbd. So really good stuff. The webpage looks great. I hope this stuff is great. And the story is amazing. I mean, imagine having a baby and having to solve baby seizures. That's some motivation there. So I'm really high hopes for this company. I'm hoping that the CBD is top notch. We're going to do a couple ads with them over the next couple of weeks because they did a big sponsor block. So we're going to hear more. I'm going to find more things to talk about. I'm going to basically try all the stuff and let you know. Go to kjlhemp.com and buy some and try some along with me. And, they're going to be at the show. They're going to give them to fans. These guys are heads. So thank you, KJL, for sponsoring the podcast. Really appreciate it. And you see, we got a little logo overlay. Oh, it's over there. Little logo overlay here. There it is. All right, so I was going to go to the theme song, but you guys have probably heard that for the past hour, waiting for the podcast to turn on. So let's hit the theme song, anyways.
We're mass communicating. We're mass communicating. Mass communicating.
All right, welcome back. How about that? We're podcasting, folks. This is live podcasting. So it's a little different because as live as this podcast is, I've never actually, done it live, actually. So, it's a little bit, there's a little anxiety. I need a little CBD. I need a KJL CBD gummy is what I need. I'm sure I'll get them before next week. The whole thing with the podcast is that I was cutting interviews during the pandemic, and I was talking to these people, and it was just bumming me out, man. I was doing interviews during the pandemic, and it was just one hailstorm of tears after another. And I was just like, what am I doing this to myself for? I'm like working my butt off to do a podcast, to promote a band that can't play shows, to talk to people who can't stop complaining about the pandemic. And then, but we're back. Gotta love it. All right. So usually when we do the podcast, I just hang out and I cut the thing and I basically listen to music and I stop when I want to stop and I make a night of it. But tonight we're just going to cut right through the whole thing because basically that's we're running tape right now. So if you can believe it or not, I'm actually recording everything as we go and also playing everything and recording. I don't know how this is working, but let's not get too crazy about it. So here we go. We're in the podcast. Let's take a look at this video and let's see what we can do here. All right, here we are. Look at that. Okay, so this is our video view that we have. And this is Couch Tour. That's the show. Let's get started here. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let me turn it up a little bit. Oh, wow. So that's the band. This is us warming up on stage. I guess you can watch the show on Couch Tour whenever you want. I think it might even be on YouTube or something. And yeah, here we go. Let's see where we're going here. I don't know what is going on. It's like a nice open jam. All right. There we go. So people love these opening jams. I think they're a little weird, to be honest. I'm going to be totally honest. It's a little weird. Alan's hair looks great. This is on the video podcast. We can talk. We can also, it's like an extra feature to the video podcast, is we can, you know, have a light dialogue about Alan's hair. Why not? So it's pretty cold outside. You can tell everybody's wearing their giant puffy sweatshirts. Here we go. All right, here we go.
perfume. Apple on the coast is nice. Drinking on the third one twice. Fun by the first one, and I'm out of advice. His name is Mr. Perfume.
All right, nice and chill. I like this vibes. That's just cool about this jam is it just cools out a little bit. The song's so hectic. And then when you get into the jam, it's like cooling out. Kind of like when you're like driving on the highway and you know, traffic is moving fast, cruising, wind type of thing. Dig it. We're in that spot right now where we're like, oh man, we were just backstage hanging out. Now we're on stage in front of people doing work and stuff, like getting the hustle on. And then we're like, oh yeah, our job is jamming loosely in front of a large group of people. And you can see the look on my face. I'm like smiling because for a second there it was like, oh no, I gotta work. And then And then I was like, oh yeah, this is what I do, right? It's just like, and now look at Magno. He's like, yeah, all right. He's like, I could deal with this. I got to play a little keyboard lick here and do this thing and the other thing. It's good. I can do this. So we're not like, this isn't a Disco Biscuit jam where we're changing harmonies and we're whipping through different beat structures. And this is we just walked on stage, second set. And you can see the look on everybody's face. We're just kind of chilling, opening with dribble, which is just, it's startling. And I'm excited to see where this goes. All right, there was some definite possibility there. There was some definite stuff there. I would have liked to have seen that go a lot further. But it seems to me like we want to get into this groove, so we'll talk about that later.
way into the night. Running, way into the night.
All right, let's see where this goes, because this song is starting to sound normal to me, ironically. That was a good listen for me. I have not heard this song and felt that I always thought this song was really weird and unusual and strange and just like not even a song almost, because it was so weird in my mind. And in that listen, it sounds like a normal song. Like, I get it now. I get my own song now. Lancer, do you get it? Did it come through for you there? Lancer helped me write this one. And yeah, I don't know. Now I get it. All right, cool. But you got to listen to your stuff, because you got to know when that realization comes. And when the Biscuits are doing this kind of like, you know, pandemic stuff where we don't even see each other a lot because can't travel and stuff like that. And these songs are kind of talked about and then whipped together on stage. Like, you don't really know what it sounds like. So it sounded like a normal song to me there. I like that. I'm glad you guys are listening to this with me. That felt really good. Let's check the jam out. think the build up is complete there, and now it's time. Now it's time for these guys to go in a new direction. We'll see exactly where we go here, but that was a good build up. And this is just a nice flowy tractor beamy jam. I dig it. Kind of early in the set, so eventually it's going to turn back into some more like disco biscuit stuff. So, you know, is it going to be in this jam, or are we going to cap this stuff? Let's see where it goes.
come from the city. We come from the jungle. We come from the city. We come from the jungle. We come from the city. We come from the jungle.
Wow. Hey, Gavin. How you doing, Gavin? What's up, buddy? Yes. I don't know how to get this off the screen. All right. We're on TV, oh yeah. We're back. We're bigger. We're already bigger. Our podcast is already bigger. Yeah, all right. You want to be on? Yes, baby. Let's do it. We're already bigger. Jesse Burrell. Yeah, baby. Top knot is better, dude. All right. I'll do that. I don't know how to turn this shit off. It's bullshit. I'm going to turn this bullshit off. I have a... Oh, yeah, top knot is better. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. That's what you do. You watch the stream on your TV, and then you watch this on your phone, and then you get that. All right. I really dig this like half electro stuff that we get into. It's just so fire for us. Like half electro, half, just like crazy poppin' music, crazy danceable stuff, Like it almost doesn't feel like music. Like you got to remember how much we're making people dance in this kind of thing, Mark's bass line is just so like right on that thing. So it's good to hear. It's good to listen to music like this, where it's just like swirling around and getting back in the pocket and getting you grooving. I'm a big fan, obviously, but it's good to hear the band playing this way, in the freezing cold even. Like imagine the summer when it heats up, how hot it's going to be. Look at Aaron just fucking ripping through these arpeggios like it's nothing, like butter, like mayonnaise and mustard over butter with some maple syrup. You know what I mean? Look at that. Like it's like we're in a world beat suddenly. It's like we're in Spangled now. Like we were just jamming out. Now we're in like Pink Floyd and Spangled. If Pink Floyd and Spangled jammed together, this is what it would sound like. Yeah, Applebee's. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, it sounded like a Divine Moments cover, for sure. Duh. Come to Texas. Like, get your power shit figured out. My dude, see you in Orlando. Oh man, it's so funny. All right, so this is when things get mean. The red lights come on, and Alan gets crazy after it, and like here we go. We're gonna chase down some high energy jams right now. Look at me. I'm like feeling it. I'm pushing into it. I'm digging into the guitar a little bit, and then we're changing keys right in the middle of it. I'm like talking during the worst time right now. I'm sorry, but like this is getting me jazzed. This is getting me ready. We got 15 shows coming up. Look at that, and this is like getting me. Look at that. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna have some fun this summer, folks. We're gonna have some fun together. I'll see you out there. Okay, gotta go. See y'all later. See you later. All right, there is something there. There's something there. I think I just felt it. Like I was just kind of rolling along, hitting the hits with Alan. I think there's another step there that I got to find, you know. As a band, we got to figure out what that other step is. That song is so high energy. I don't know how you put another step in there, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to add another step to Anthem. And we're trying to turn Anthem into a song, of course, but of course we're going to make Anthem a song. But we also might just try and like make it get higher and higher and higher in that part, right? Which would you prefer? I don't know. I think they're both good. This is the fun thing about making music is, you know, they're both, it's all good. Let's check out where we're going here. I like this. We're getting contemplative. And now we're into the set and we're starting to finally think about our decisions to be a insane jam band. Let's hear where we go here. Damn, that's pure fire right there, that jam. I don't know what we're doing, but I really enjoyed that. That like Alan's beat was so crazy cool there. I thought it was kind of funny that when we got to the contemplative part, right when I was like, here we are contemplating the world, Magner played a Madonna quote from a Madonna song at that point. I thought that was pretty funny. Those are like jokes for musicians, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a joke. Magner told us all a joke on stage. I laughed. I laughed even today. I laughed today. So, but then Alan was like, you know what? You guys can tell the jokes that you want to tell, but I'm going to get serious about putting this beat together here. And that was just, you know, a thing to behold, Alan. Great job, buddy. Mark had a killer bass line there, and like everybody's firing on all cylinders. I'm loving this show. I can't wait to hear the other shows from this tour. Band is playing great. Let's check in, see what's going on.
Let me go. Thank you. We're going to be
Wow, there we go, folks.
as well. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
There we go.
Truly a dream.
Truly a dream. There you go. Everybody's happy. It's a pandemic. We are, we're doing it, folks. Let me, boom. Well, thank you guys. That was fun. That was really cool. This is, we're trying to break a little ground here. We're trying to do something new and interesting. This is the podcast live with y'all, with the chats, on the Couch Tour chat, on the YouTube chat. There's a little Facebook going on. We were on Instagram for a while. So we're just doing this like we all make the podcast together thing. And if you want to support the podcast, there's a donation button on Couch Tour TV. You can donate what you need. We could use it, honestly. I don't know what we're doing here, but, we're trying to do this. I don't know. Anyways, but this has been really fun. I mean, look, we have a lot of shows to watch. There's been a lot of great shows. There's a lot of stuff to go through, and we have a lot of shows coming up. So it's really important from my point of view that I get a chance to listen to all these sets in a format like this and really digest all this stuff because, this band, the sky's the limit for this band. Really we were, at times in our career, we were definitely like one of the best bands on the planet. And, that still is within reach for us. We come back, we do our shows, and we really have an opportunity to make some of the greatest music that's ever been made. It's very exciting to be a part of it right now. And, we're right to where we were last Chicago, a year and a half ago in Chicago. This whole COVID thing's coming to an end, and we have a new kind of podcast here. We have a television network. We have a great band. We got a great set of fans. We have a really nice team of people coming together. And 2021 is going to be a really exciting summer. So everybody hang on. We're going to do it. And I'd like to thank Andy Gadeel, Crunk Mike, Drew from Super Void. These guys really came through for me on this idea of just like, broadcasting the podcast. Of course, I'd like to thank KJL, Hemp, and CBD products. Go buy a Starburst gummy. The tinctures apparently are great. And I'll tell you about that next week because we're going to do this again next Thursday. Let's just do it at the same time. Let's just do it. It's 10 o'clock next Thursday. It's 7 o'clock West Coast. And it's a little late for the East Coasters, but you guys never care about that, right? You never care about that. So we're going to do that next week. We're going to pick a new show. I think it's the 24th. I think it's 10/24 is the next one. I got to ask Crunk what's on the list, but yeah, something like that. And thank you guys all for watching on all the networks that you watched on. Really appreciate everybody being a part of this. The podcast is back. You know what they say. We are mass commuting.
We're mass communicating.